I felt a release from my heart chakra, from the pineal gland to a soft spot in my head where I went around in centrifugal force. I went beyond the gravitational pull and I went into the sun.
Continue watching to find out more.
Kapu Gurga is G'day in Kala Lagaya, one of the indigenous languages of Torres Strait Islands. I am Kathy. Our people thank you for protecting our Mother Earth and pray you live each day in divine bliss. Treasured viewers, welcome to our show. Glenn Ratcliffe, vegan, the complete actor with a mission part 1 of 2. We are excited to present to you the journey of the accomplished, charismatic, and multi-dimensional Hollywood actor, writer, and producer Glenn Ratcliffe, who has traversed the full spectrum of roles spanning a 30-year career, transforming him into the complete actor he is today. What does it mean to be a complete actor? Many would answer in terms of acting methods and stylistic nuance, or having an ability to so realistically portray any range of genres and roles so that the actor and the character become one in the audience's eyes. This description, however, is still a result of the on-screen persona. To find the complete actor, however, we need to dive into the soul behind the name, the fame and their favoured performances. Over these 2 episodes, Glenn Ratcliffe shares with us his soul-awakening path to completeness, one that has culminated in a clear mission to use acting to touch, move, and awaken his audience unto themselves. With vegan popcorn in hand, we begin the story. It all started on the muddy Scottish soccer fields.
I came out my mother's womb playing the bagpipes and kicking a soccer ball. That's all there was there. We were very impoverished, and I remember we could afford only 1 pair of shoes. It was either shoes or cleats. And these shoes would encompass going to school, playing soccer, and going to church. So I chose cleats. So I would go to church with cleats on, go to school with cleats on, and play soccer with cleats on. And we used to play for hours. And that's where my love for soccer came. So there was not only the benefits of being very athletic and fit, there was the benefit of being part of something, because my home life was non-existent. So when you're part of a team and you want to win something, inspiration comes, enthusiasm comes, imagination, all the qualities that are latent when you're not doing anything, they come out. So I played and I played and I played, and I got good at it because I practiced a lot. Not that I was any better than anyone else. If people practiced 2 hours, I'd do 4. And I had a desire to do it, to be the best I could. And then that was going really great.
The childhood dream of success as a soccer player was soon shattered when Glenn sustained a broken ankle followed by 3 more fractures. Disappointments and darker times unfolded in the ensuing years. As life would have it, one unexpected day, opportunity knocked. While living in San Francisco as a construction worker, Glenn was inadvertently asked to attend an improv class that quickly revealed his latent acting abilities. This impromptu event served as a stepping stone to make a 180-degree turn for him.
A little bell, and it was like a bell in my head, ding, thou shalt be an actor. It was just, I'd never thought of being an actor. It was later in life, it's not I pursued, but I had the aptitude for it just like that, somehow. So it happened. You can call it destiny, you can call it serendipity, but that's how it happened. In the seed of adversity, there's a seed of a gain. There might be something better for someone there, even though they're so focused on being successful in something. If they don't do it, it's because maybe there's a higher calling.
From there on, with his youthful passion now reignited, Glenn began studying at prestigious institutions like the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and the American Conservatory Theatre and the Actors Studio. He trained in the Chekhov technique and attended master classes with Margie Haber, Brian Reese, and Robert Easton, to name just a few. Glenn built a solid foundation in the performing arts, perfected his talents in acting, improvisation, comedy and drama voiceover, commercials, dialects and accents, as well as production. Today, with 53 credits to his name, Glenn Ratcliffe has earned wide praise from his industry peers.
Working with Glenn was an absolute privilege. He pulled out the unspoken pain of the character and portrayed it in a dimension I could only dream of. Very professional and great actor. Arkey Linden, director, Shaking Cup.
Glenn is a wonderful actor plus a great human being. It is obvious Glenn was born to be an actor. He has a natural talent and a gift for the craft. He is an actor that completely dives into the character he is playing. In addition, Glenn is always a joy to work with. His kind heart and sparkling personality make him an actor any director would be lucky to have on their set. Glenn is the whole package, a talented actor and a great person. Lula Barnish, director, eyes wide open.
Looking back, Glenn acknowledges that he has always been on a spiritual quest for the meaning of life, all the while he was facing the overwhelming sense of being without direction. As the bells of awakening rang, he sought deeper spiritual solace in meditation.
I spent many years in limbo, not really being anything, being nothing, just lost. So that led me to my first initiation in what's called Raja Yoga many years ago through Yogananda teachings. I lived in an ashram for a little bit. A little bell went off in my head then when he said, oh, the universe is all energy. I didn't know that, but it was available to me because during my childhood, part of the curriculum was RE, with R for religious, E for education. So every day, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock, the minister would come and he would read a book of the Bible and finish with the Lord's Prayer. And that continued all through my schooling. So I had a concept of a higher power.
Over time, with deepening meditation and spiritual exposure, Glenn realized that diet played a fundamental and crucial role in spiritual progress. Despite how trying and challenging the process was, gradually over the years, he became fully vegan, a way of living now firmly entrenched into his everyday life.
Now I look at the sight of meat and it makes me sick. Really, I can't. Now I'm proud to be a vegan, and everyone I interact with, I try and explain to them the importance of that. And I say, look, on the left hand is a beautiful salad, which means life. In the right hand, there's a steak. You can choose life or death. It's up to you. The veganism, it's very important to me because, human nature, you could come back and be reincarnated into an animal. An animal you could be eating could be human last time. So not only is the meat putrefied when the animal's killed, because it sends a signal to the nervous system that putrefies the meat, and the digestive system can't digest it. It's killing the body and it's lowering your spirituality and bringing karma upon you.
Although life was going seemingly well for Glenn, once again, fate had alternate plans. While busy fulfilling his Hollywood dreams, a real-life drama intensified his spiritual evolution. En route to the set he was acting on, Glenn was rammed directly side-on by a speeding car running a red light. That impact catapulted him and his vehicle into an oncoming truck, breaking Glenn's neck. Life, it seems, had abruptly ended as Glenn's soul began its journey out of the body.
I felt a release from my heart chakra from the pineal gland to a soft spot in my head where I went around in centrifugal force. I went beyond the gravitational pull and I went into the sun. And it was like, in that split second, I saw all of my whole life in this reincarnation in the form of a balloon, like a DVD, taking me through my linear time experience. There was Gregorian chants. There was a sense of fourth dimensional consciousness. And then I popped into the sun and I just expanded in consciousness. for that split second of godhood. But that one experience had a profound effect on my immortality, because I know when I die, that's where I go, into light.
Thanks to the grace of God, a miracle occurred as Glenn was given a second chance and returned to his body. While recovering from this near-death experience, Glenn knew that his life must take a renewed and deeper journey into meaning and action. For more information about Glenn Ratcliffe, please visit glenn-ratcliffe.com. Captivating viewers, thank you for your company today. Please join us for episode 2 next Thursday, September 30th, to witness how Glenn Ratcliffe navigated a near-death experience to eventually find his true spiritual path and master. It is often quoted, "When a disciple is ready, the master appears." Following Glenn's near-tragic car accident and powerful near-death experience that gave him the cosmic view of how life exists beyond the physical, a bigger spiritual awakening was waiting for him. This happened at a loving hut. While enjoying a tasty vegan meal there, a friend helped steer him in the direction of his next step into his soul's awakening.
I think it was about 4 years ago. By then, I was vegetarian. By then, the death experience, and I noticed pictures of the master on the wall, and I was attracted to that. I didn't know who she was, but it seemed to glow with light. I said, "Oh, who's that?" And he explained that. He'd give me these 5 volumes from the master to write about and understand and all that stuff. And I was struggling with it, the veganism part. And so it was a process. It took about a year for me to get qualified because, I wasn't fully vegan. I had to study a lot and learn and change. And then I did go there and I did get initiated.
Realizing that destiny had guided him to this point, after his deep study of Master's teachings, Glenn decided to travel to Taiwan and receive initiation into the Kuan Yin method with Supreme Master Ching Hai. With the steadfastness and resilience of a newly awakened soul in search of its true abode, Glenn continued his spiritual journey and dug deep into his being. As his understanding and self-realization grew, he began to see more clearly the meaning of life's trials and tribulations.
You can't escape your actions and your thoughts because I caused that. Everything in my life I've caused. Everything. I'm fully responsible for everything, good, bad, and indifferent. When I did recapitulation from the moment of entry in my mother's womb, and I lived it back to now, I saw my actions created my circumstance. 100% was me. But you're responsible for everything. Everything comes to your life for a reason.
The more Glenn pursued his spiritual practice, the more he began to relate to the roles he had played over his years of acting and the meaning behind them. He recalls a movie that he played that had a particularly profound impact on him and resulted in an epiphany.
So that's been my acting experience in a play. I did Shaking Cup. It just shows you the damage the ego can do. Carnegie Hall's not that important. Oscars, fame and fortune is not that important. What's important is love, family, humanity. So he loses his great powers as an opera singer and becomes homeless. That's like losing, for example, you lose your connection to God and you become an ego, victim. It's an archetypal story for all mankind. So it dawned on me through recapitulation and looking at my life that I'd been tested. So I thought to myself, how can we share that? How did I come upon this wisdom of transcension?
Before long, it dawned on Glenn that his story and his philosophy represented the universal human struggle of this world. He decided to make a movie in the hope of awakening the viewers to seek and embrace a spiritual change in their lives. The storyline follows a devoted priest losing his way during the many trials and tribulations of life, finally regaining his faith in God and returning to the light of the divine.
The current movie I'm doing, this is tested. This movie is telling us we're all being tested. but it's also to know how to react to that test and not slide down the snake in Snakes and Ladders, but continue up the ladder through humility, through understanding, through not being a victim, through being grateful for life. And there's a lot of me in it. You know, I was in an orphanage for a little bit. So I had a hole in my soul, you know, no one there. I internalized it and embodied it, and I thought, I've been tested. You know, everything's had my life as a test. And I spoke to other people and they said, I've been tested. We've all been tested. And then I even spoke to Charles, my friend at Loving Heart, who's an initiate for 20 years. And he said, that's the whole game of life, is the test here. In order to transcend time and space, it's how you respond to these tests. You've got multiple things going on here. You've got karmic retribution through other lives. You've got media hypnotism. You've got the projection of your parents' neurosis. You've got a corrupt system. You've got negative Maya.
Glenn hopes his movie Tested will bring the audience a message of forgiveness, self-acceptance, resilience and hope, the necessary qualities for passing through the tests of life. Most of all, we must not be discouraged by the darkness and difficulties of this physical existence.
You're tested right now in a trap, but because you're not aware of it and you're going along with the media hypnotism, the political climate, the planet is collapsing right in front of your very eyes. You have an obligation to get other people out of it. I think every human being deserves kindness, compassion, and understanding. And rather than being manipulated and thrown into like a corporate jam where they have to work 15 hours a day to earn a living, or even not even have a job, you know, everyone deserves more. In the golden age.
When asked what message he would like to share with our global audience, Glenn had this to say.
Every person that comes into your life, there's a reason. So you want to have a compassionate understanding of that reason. So you're forgiving yourself, you're coming from compassion. Always eat vegan. You must always do that. And always do your meditation and practice. You can't take anything for granted. Each day is a gift. They call it the present moment. Have gratitude for the littlest things. Oh, the sun is shining. Oh, look at that beautiful bird. That's a gift. So live your life to the fullest every day like it's the last day you'll ever live. And give as much love and gratitude as you can. No matter what you've done, if you surrender, you can still be saved. It's not too late. Don't ever think it's too late. The only key is love. It's not power, like owning corporations or being bigger and stronger. It's love and compassion and yielding and gratitude. These are the real powers.
Amen. Love is the real power. This echoes the message Supreme Master Ching Hai has been graciously spreading around the world for over 3 decades.
The essence of life is love. The essence of God, Buddha, of Allah is love. There's nothing else but love. When we make the choice of love, that's the highest choice, the noblest choice, which is our true self. We will feel that we are very near to God, very near to Buddha.
We sincerely thank Supreme Master Ching Hai for her selfless work on behalf of all beings. Actor Glenn Ratcliffe would also like to dedicate this special message to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
To Supreme Master Ching Hai, I love you with all my heart. You are my master. I surrender to you, and I'll serve you to the day I die. You're a gift to the planet, and I will continually send you all my love.
We applaud Glenn Ratcliffe's commitment to using his talents and craft to share an important message, and for giving us a better understanding of what a complete actor can be. One that is caring, compassionate, and dedicated to courageously sharing spiritual upliftment through the guise of the actor. The camera has shown us his life journey. The light has opened the door into his spiritual awakening, and the action is to spread the message. We wish Glenn Ratcliffe further success, and we pray for all humanity to pass these tests and quickly act on rebuilding a compassionate and noble world. For more information about Glenn Ratcliffe, please visit glenn-ratcliffe.com. Insightful viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is Be Wise and Have Peace in Your Country, Part 3 of 3, on Between Master and Disciples right after Noteworthy News. May all lives shine with God's love and grace. Vegan, feel like walking in heaven.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VE